feel like a useless side dish.
Fine, I'll go out right here, naked.
She just goes dogatonic.
Welcome back to more Girls Next Door. Today we're recapping Season 2, Episode 3 of The Girls Next Door titled Heavy Petting, which aired on August 13th, 2006. And according to Holly Madison and Bridget Marquardt themselves, this is apparently the most controversial episode in Girls Next Door history, which is kinda incredible considering this is a television show that regularly featured nightclub orgies adjacent to buffet shrimp towers and a man in silk pajamas dating 3 women simultaneously. But no, the real controversy? A doggy birthday party. But before we get into the canine social event that divided a fandom, let's crack open the Y2K vault and head back to the spring of 2006. While the women of the Playboy Mansion were planning Easter egg hunts and personalized pizzas for Pekingese, America was becoming emotionally invested in another tiny high-maintenance creature, Tinkerbell Hilton. Yes, 2006 was peak celebrity purse dog culture. Tiny dogs weren't pets anymore, they were accessories. Paris Hilton carried chihuahuas the way medieval queens carried jeweled goblets. Every tabloid featured a skeletal starlet exiting Kitson while holding an anxious 6-pound animal with a rhinestone collar and severe separation anxiety. Suddenly, every woman in Los Angeles owned a dog named Bella, Baby, Princess, or Mr. Big. This was the cultural environment that gave us Heavy Petting, an episode where a dog birthday party somehow receives the production scale of a royal wedding. So if you'll kick off your candies, hang up your trucker hat, and silence your sidekicks, we'll get into Heavy Petting.
Sit up. You're impossible. How am I supposed to put this in? Wednesday is not very compliant with the bows in her hair, and it drives me crazy because she just refuses. I think she's got a little tomboy in her. What are you gonna do? Stop it. Come on. This is not fair.
We open in Bridget's bedroom, and immediately the visual theme is retired pinup joins a county fair. Bridget is wearing a flowing white maxi skirt, a red and white polka dot tie front crop top, and pigtails. She looks like she's about to judge a pie-eating contest at Dollywood. Her bed is buried beneath Easter baskets and shopping bags while she plays with Wednesday the Pekingese and Gizmo the Persian cat. She attempts to put bows in Winnie's hair while explaining that the dog is not compliant with dress-up activities, which feels like very corporate phrasing for, "My pet is sick of my nonsense." We cut to Holly sitting on the floor of her and Hef's bedroom with her dogs explaining that springtime at the mansion means baby animals everywhere. And this transitions us into one of the weirdest but most fascinating aspects of mansion life, the actual Playboy Mansion zoo. And when I say zoo, I mean literal licensed zoo. Hidden behind all the celebrity mythology and grotto lore was an actual exotic animal sanctuary filled with monkeys, peacocks, flamingos, parrots, reptiles.
It's 9 dogs, 3 cats, over 100 different species of birds, 3 different types of monkey, 2 kinkajou, and reptiles and amphibians.
It's mating time at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah. Beautiful day for the peacocks. Hi, guys. It's Mommy.
The mansion was officially licensed as a zoo by the state of California for decades, which is one of those facts that sounds fake even when it's true. The animals contributed massively to the tone of Girls Next Door. They're everywhere in the background of scenes. Birds screeching during black-tie dinners, swinging monkeys behind pool parties, peacocks interrupting filming like unpaid extras demanding screen time. The whole show already feels like adult summer camp, and the zoo somehow makes it even stranger.
I think I'm going to be a great mom because I get a ton of practice with the animals around here.
Would baby like half a grape?
Yum. I want to have kids before I'm 30, and I'm 26 right now. So that gives me 3 years to get some sort of commitment. No spring chicken anymore.
Baby.
Holly explains that she views the animals almost like practice for motherhood, and she reveals she is 26 and wants children before 30. And this becomes important emotionally later because underneath all the pastel editing and whimsical music, Holly's storyline this season increasingly revolves around wanting a more traditional future while living in the least traditional environment imaginable. Meanwhile, the mansion staff is preparing for the big Easter event, which, unlike the usual mansion parties, is oddly wholesome. Held in the light of day, no lingerie-clad club girls or rap performances, no nightclub energy. Hef actually invites children and married couples. There's an egg hunt, petting zoo, pastel decorations, and family brunch vibes. It's like the mansion temporarily transforms into an upscale church daycare, sponsored by Sky Vodka. Naturally, Bridget is thriving. Nobody loves a theme more than Bridget Marquardt. If you told Bridget there was a National Groundhog Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day luau murder mystery fundraiser, she'd have 12 costumes prepared before sunrise. But Easter is only half the excitement because today is Wednesday's birthday, which means Bridget is throwing a private backyard dog party complete with cake, decorations, catered food, gifts, balloons, and apparently enough logistical planning to invade a small nation. At a dog bakery, she picks up a custom birthday cake while speaking about Wednesday with the emotional sincerity of a mother planning a quinceañera.
So early. What? To be honest, I've never, ever heard of any dog having a doggy like birthday. I mean, all I was thinking was dog everywhere. My dog's ripping other dogs' heads off. You know, I had other things to kind of do, you know, and I didn't really do them. Rascal, when's your birthday? Oh, it's tomorrow? Okay, we're gonna have a party for you tomorrow then.
Back at the mansion, it's apparently the crack of noon, and Kendra is still in bed complaining that it's too early, especially for a dog birthday party. And honestly, in a vacuum, I guess that's fair. But this is where the episode gets deeper because this is one of the first times the cracks in the trio dynamic become impossible to ignore. And I'll say that phrase again during this recap. Impossible to ignore. Bridget oversees mansion staff, Brian and Hank, while they scramble to fulfill increasingly elaborate party demands, including sourcing a baby pool for the dogs. Inside the kitchen, chefs are preparing dog-friendly pizza because apparently these animals eat better than most American college students. Then we get one of the most psychologically revealing scenes in the series. Kendra hovers around Hef's office while he organizes magazines. He casually and rhetorically asks if she's going to the party, and she immediately says no without thinking. Hef whips his head around so fast you'd think she announced she was joining a monastery. And the second Kendra sees his reaction, she completely reverses course. Yeah.
Okay, reason for visit.
Are you going to the doggy birthday party?
No.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
No.
Just kidding. Are you going? Okay. I'll see you there then.
It's a dog day.
And pause. Holly and Bridget have dissected this scene in depth on the Girls Next Level podcast, and I 100% agree with their analysis. Kendra was absolutely trying to test whether she could skip the event. She goes straight to Hef first because she knows he's the real authority figure in the house. But once she realizes he expects attendance, she instantly reframes the whole thing as a misunderstanding. And what makes this scene so interesting is that Kendra's disappointment afterward is visible for like half a second. When she looks down at the floor, you can practically see her mentally calculating how much fake enthusiasm she's going to need to survive dog birthday festivities. And then production keeps doubling down on the tension. Brian from Guest Services is nearly spiraling, trying to execute Bridget's increasingly specific vision. He changes into full butler attire while stress running around the mansion over dog pools and party logistics like he's coordinating the G7 summit for Pomeranians. Upstairs in her bedroom, Kendra is on the phone in a towel pretending she has literally anything else to do.
Yeah, I wish I could go. Believe me, I wish. Even today's out of the question. Hi, honey. Oh, are we going down?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Oh.
I just wanted to find out when you were going.
I'm gonna get dressed real quick.
Okay, all right.
And I'll be down there.
Okay.
Hello? Okay, gotta go.
Yeah, I wish I could go, believe me, she reports to the caller. Then Hef walks in to check on her ETA. He's hip to her game. I'm ready when you are, he says, and she panics like a teenager caught skipping school. Today's out of the question, she barks into the phone before immediately stumbling through excuses about getting dressed. I'll meet you down there, she acquiesces. And honestly, I kind of understand everybody's perspective here. I understand why Holly and Bridget were irritated because by this point, Kendra reportedly had much more freedom than they did and was increasingly difficult during filming. She was missing scenes, showing up late, resisting production, and mentally separating from the mansion lifestyle. I can see where the other girlfriends felt slighted that she didn't appreciate the inclusion and just show up without dogging on the whole thing. The party itself is pure mansion absurdity. Swimming dogs in tiny cone-shaped birthday hats, pizza and cake served in matching dog bowls by white glove service. Hef arriving in the iconic captain's hat and smoking jacket, carrying gifts for the birthday dog like a wealthy grandfather attending a yacht club christening.
Harlow, Panda, Duke, Duchess, Archie, Littlefoot, Miss Kitty.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got lots of dogs.
Nearly all expected attendees are accounted for, except
Rascal and Martini were late. They must take after their mom.
a butler literally has to call upstairs to summon Kendra like she's a disgruntled teen refusing to come down for Thanksgiving dinner. We cut to Kendra still in her bedroom wearing nothing but a towel while the party is already underway downstairs. And you can feel the irritation radiating through the television screen.
Oh, these people want me to not have a day? Hello?
Are you heading down, Kendra?
What?
Everybody wants to know when you're coming down.
Okay, well, I have to get... Oh, fine, I'll go out right here, naked.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
God. Haters.
The butler politely tells her, "Everyone's asking for you, Kendra," in that very calm service industry tone people use when they're trying not to lose their minds. And Kendra doesn't even try to mask her annoyance. She huffs, rolls her eyes, drags out her responses, and acts deeply inconvenienced by the idea of walking approximately, 40 feet to attend a birthday party for dogs she technically also owns. I think this scene is probably the exact moment a huge portion of the audience turned on her during the original airing. Because up until now, Kendra's rebellious personality had mostly been framed as charmingly immature. She was the goofy wild card, the sporty tomboy, the anti-glamour girlfriend who ate fast food and resisted the mansion's hyper-feminine culture. But heavy petting is where that energy suddenly starts reading less fun, chaotic younger sister and more person openly resentful of everyone around her. At the same time, there is something darkly hilarious about watching an entire Playboy Mansion staff operation grind to a halt because one 20-year-old in a towel refuses to attend a Pekingese birthday luncheon. Gosh, that sentence alone explains why this show became cultural anthropology. Eventually, Kendra arrives after stealing a birthday card from Norma's office at the last second. And the funniest part? Rascal and Martini honestly seem to be having the time of their lives. Kendra may hate this event, but her dogs are fully committed to the experience. Later, Holly speaks with Mary about Easter and admits she feels sad because everyone brings their kids and families while she feels like the only person there without a child of her own.
So Easter's coming up.
I love seeing all the kids in their cute little dresses.
I'm not really that into Easter.
Okay.
I feel like a useless side dish at our Easter parties.
Why?
Because, everybody comes and they have their kids, and I just have to stand there like a dumbass.
I'm a holiday person, but Easter is not my favorite holiday.
It's really interesting to see all the girls with their babies also.
Everybody has a kid but me. Hef knows I want kids because I drop hints all the time, but he just kind of ignores them.
It's melodramatic, yes, but also genuinely revealing. The show edits it like a soap opera, complete with dramatic sound effects and freeze frames on Hef's face as he, air quotes, just happens to shuffle into the girl talk at that moment. But underneath the comedy is Holly quietly confronting the reality that she's built her life around someone else's already established world. Next, Bridget hosts an egg-dyeing party dressed in a full Easter Bunny costume because, of course she does. Because so many eggs are hidden for the Easter event, and to avoid rotting produce all over the property from those left unfound, the egg yolks are blown out through tiny holes before decorating them. No, literally. The technique of blowing eggs involves one egg at a time, 2 tiny pinholes, and a pair of inflated glossy lips pushing air through one side of the eggshell as viscous yellow liquid dangles from the other end. And suddenly, we realize why this scene absolutely had to make the episode. A room full of blonde playmates blowing into eggs and tipsy off of peep-teenies while producers giggle behind the cameras? There was absolutely zero chance that footage landed on the cutting room floor in 2006. Still, the scene weirdly works because it captures what the show always tried to sell: this giant, chaotic, found family atmosphere. Then, we arrive at what might genuinely be the funniest visual gag in Girls Next Door history.
When Wednesday does not want me to put clothes on her, which is always, she just goes dogatonic. Winnie, you're the Easter Bunny. What are you doing? Winnie? Hey.
On the day of the big Easter event, Bridget forces Wednesday into a bunny costume, and the dog completely shuts down. Total emotional collapse. Full system reboot. Face flat on the floor, refusing to move like a Victorian child dying of consumption. Bridget calls the reaction dogatonic, which deserves a place in the reality TV, quote, Hall of Fame. As Easter guests flood the mansion grounds in floral dresses and miniature suspenders, Holly quietly isolates herself beside Coco the monkey's cage.
I just feel kind of out of place on Easter. I feel kind of useless because everybody else has kids and I don't, and I'm just standing there with nothing to do.
Holly definitely wants kids of her own, and I think she would make a great mom.
Far more engaged in the Easter spectacle are Bridget, socializing with Winnie perched on her arm, and Kendra, who eagerly plays with the children gathered around the petting zoo. Although Kendra admits she had a hard time waking up, she's now fully immersed in the excess of the day. She casually tells Mary she wants a kid now, a statement I'm still suspicious was delivered more for reaction than sincerity. But regardless, it gives some credence to Holly's feelings. If even Kendra has been bitten by the mansion Easter bug, complete with sudden side effects of child yearning, maybe the environment really was starting to affect everyone differently.
You want a child
I want a
right
kid.
now?
The whole day made me want kids and it made me want a farm and a hot dog.
This is such a special day.
Happy Easter!
Happy days.
The episode fades to black as Holly and Hef embrace amid the holiday family festivities. Holly looks visibly forlorn, staring blankly somewhere far beyond the Easter chaos, while Hef, hidden behind dark sunglasses, reveals nothing readable at all. After the dog birthday party, egg-blowing happy hour, and Easter extravaganza, you'd think viewers would walk away feeling pastel-colored and fluffy. But instead, there's an underlying unease permeating the episode's final moments. And that's ultimately why heavy petting became so controversial with fans. Not because of the dog party itself, although yes, it absolutely pushes mansion pet culture into levels of absurdity most human civilizations could never comprehend. It's controversial because, no matter how heavily produced the antics are, the editors can't fully conceal the cast's real emotions or the growing tension underneath. Earlier episodes present the girls as interchangeable best friends floating through a bubbly champagne commercial. But here, the divide between them becomes impossible to ignore. Bridget is fully invested in the mansion fantasy world. Holly is emotionally searching for something deeper within it. And Kendra increasingly feels like someone who's already halfway out the door. The bizarre spectacle of the dog birthday party only amplified that tension. Years later, the controversy surrounding episodes like this grew after comments made by Hef's third wife, Crystal Harris, who expressed strong negative feelings toward many of the themes and traditions showcased on The Girls Next Door. Crystal specifically pointed to elaborate dog birthday parties as examples of the fake, hyper-curated, overly girly culture at the Playboy Mansion that she never connected with personally. That makes heavy petting even more fascinating in hindsight, because this episode is probably one of the purest distillations of the mansion fantasy machine the show ever produced. Tiny party hats, matching pet outfits, Easter pageantry. It's all presented with total sincerity, as though this is the most normal environment imaginable. Depending on your perspective, the episode is either charmingly campy or one long secondhand embarrassment fever dream, in a world so committed to maintaining its image that even the dogs had scheduled social calendars. That's exactly why people still talk about it 20 years later. And that's the kind of stuff we'll continue unpacking here on the More Girls Next Door podcast. So if you're enjoying these episodes, please subscribe, like, and share. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.
On the bricks.